Previously on the AS Clement YouTube channel, and hopefully this time next week we can, well, like I say, we'll get the medical done. We'll ship you up to Manchester, get some medicals done, and you can be unveiled as the one of the new Man United players under Ten Hag, the new era. Okay, thank you ever so much. Goodbye. Yeah, he's just in the meeting with the boss. Yeah. So when he comes out, obviously, we'll find out sort of what club he's signed for. Yeah, I'm the guy that runs the the other outside of things. The guy in there, the agent himself. He likes to. I think he's coming. Yeah. He likes to think that he's in charge, but really it's down to Muggins here that runs around for him. The assistant and whatnot. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Yeah. So meeting went well. Wicked. So from now on, obviously, I think you've been through this a few times before, but if you just follow me, we will go. Well, we'll take a seat just here if needs be, if that's what you prefer. Yeah. Okay. Drink. You've had one. Okay. Brilliant. So obviously you've gone through with your agent in there. You've discussed everything that needs to be discussed in terms of the contracts and things. That's he deals with the legality of all that. And obviously, what I do is I take everything after the agent. So I run you through the medicals, I run you through different things like that, and we create a bit of an itinerary of what's going to happen and where we go from there. Sound good? Wicked. So, first off, I just need to grab your documents and information. I know, obviously, you'll have been through something like this not that long ago. So let me just get it up on our system. There we go. So I just need a name. Yep. And date of birth. Brilliant. That's actually not too far away from my birthday. Yep. Current address. Again, not too far away from myself. Cool. Okay. And email address and contact information, so things like that. Okay, if you can spell that for me. Okay, there we go. Brilliant. So, just bear with me a few minutes. I've just got to type up a few things. Are you staying, or are you? Okay, we chose Man United, did we? Wow, that's a very positive meeting in there, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you prefer the progression, a new manager, everything's still in the air. I mean, the season started, and they're not doing the best, are they? Old Man United. So hopefully, when you do sign, you'll get straight in there. You've got the currently 2 games currently sat bottom of the table. That's not great. How are they lining up at the minute? Maguire and Martinez. Yes, I know they've just signed Martinez. I've heard that. Yeah, a little bit small. People are definitely taking that height into consideration, aren't they? Yeah. Let's see, Lindelof, Maguire. So Maguire looks like a staple. You'll be partnering someone like Maguire. Yeah. Just to solidify that. Yeah, we don't know what's happening with Bailly or Lindelof yet. Obviously, there's Varane's there, injury prone. Yeah, I think it's a great area to go into at Man United, to be honest. Yeah. Well, I've heard rumours that they're moving Martinez forward a bit into that defensive midfield role, but then I've heard rumours of Casemiro signing and things like that. So, again, I'm allowed to just be a bit open and discuss things with you guys. He's the legality guy that you've just been with, yeah. Whereas myself, we can just have a normal chat like normal humans and really discuss things. Okay, so bear with me a few seconds. Like I said, I'm just going to get all the information up, all the contract information, all the things that they require from all, and we're going to go through it. So if you just bear with me a few seconds. So I'm literally almost there. Okay, so were there any release clauses talked to you in them contract talks? That is something that is done specifically after the this like player contracts are sorted. No, okay. I'm just going to quickly, like I say, get up the rest of this information and just see if they've put any contract, because you have to be informed about that before you sign that contract. Like I say, you've signed and accepted the terms and conditions of your contract, but you have to sign. There's a lot of legal forms that you have to do, unfortunately. So yeah, there are a lot of legalities around. Obviously, in terms of contract talks, your agent has to do that. But when it comes to looking through all the paperwork and the filing, I am allowed to do that. I'll just let you say. I'm allowed to do that, and I have to make you aware of what else is in there. So I'm just going to quickly grab up the documents. Has he informed you of the value of the transfer that's going through? No, okay. So it's looking like £20 million. Let me just get the correct info here. Yeah, so the value was a £20 million transfer to your previous club, all subject to obviously you accepting it all and everything. Yep. And there is a release clause actually involved, and it is £35 million, which is weirdly low for this day and age. It's very rare you see anything below 50 or 100. You know, they tend to use round ballpark figures, if it were like 100 million, 200 million, 300 million. I think Barcelona and Real Madrid are absolute buggers for it, but they put in the like 500, 800 million pound. It's literally just to deter anything and force people to stay with their contract, which legally they're allowed to do. So yeah, 35 is a bit odd. If you want, I can question that and make sure that's 100% correct, but as far as we're aware in the paperwork we've got, it's set at £35 million. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll definitely double check that for you after this meeting. Okay. Yeah, sometimes 35 million, it's one of those where they don't necessarily want to lose you, so they put it's there so that they've at least made a profit come a year or two down the line. Like you say, you're a first year signing, so you will be in the first year of your contract. You're not going to get interest straight away. Second year down the line, they've doubled their money, almost doubled their money in a year. Second and third year, that's usually when you see interest from clubs. Whether you've done well or not, you'll see interest from other clubs. You know, your contracts come into, their third or fourth year, and then, like they say, they can then renegotiate a contract with you, and all these clauses change. So, currently set to 35, just a bit more double than what they've paid for. It almost guarantees them a bit of money back if significant interest does come in. Okay, yeah, cool. Brilliant. Happy days. Now we need to get all the details down ready for your medical. So I'm assuming you've had a medical before. Yep, so it's just a way you go down to their training ground or their medical facility or a hospital of their choice. This will have been pre-arranged. Let me just quickly have a quick look. Yes, so it's going to be In Carrington, yeah. So it's at their training pitch, called the Aon Training Complex, also previously known as Trafford Training Centre, same sort of thing. Where you'd sort of expect to go. Yeah, they have a great medical facility down there, and yeah, there'll be a doctor with you. He'll run you through everything in the specifics. Like I say, I'm not too sure on exactly what will go on, but you'll have your usual, you do a bit of a fitness running exercise. They'll have a physio look you over and a proper, what do you call it? What's the word? A physiologist. That's the word. I almost said physiotherapist, but a physiotherapist will more than likely look at you anyway, but a physiologist will look at you and they'll look at the anatomy of your body and the way things work, and if things are exactly how they expect them to be, if there are any predetermined injuries that they may face 4, 5, 6 years down the line, I don't know. You've had a medical before, you know how this works. Yep. So again, let me just grab up the details and see. So we are going to the AR Training Complex, and that will be tomorrow morning. They haven't scheduled an exact time, so I'm assuming it will be as and when you turn up. Have you got? Okay, when are they expecting to see you exactly? 9 a.m. Brilliant. Which means your medical's more than likely going to be at 9:30, 10 a.m. They're going to get you in there straight away. It's the first thing they're going to do. So we'll set that on your itinerary for 9 to 10 a.m. I forgot to ask this. Have you got a personal manager at all? Obviously, I know you've got your agent. You have got an assistant. Great. What I'll do is have you got their email? That's CBS Agency, yep. At hotmail.com. Great. Incredible, yep. What I will do is I'll make sure to forward everything, the itinerary we're building here. I'll make sure that we forward that on. So they have a copy of everything we've gone through, obviously. So they have the details, they're an agency, that's what they need to have. Obviously, for legal reasons, we may black out the prices and the figures unless you're happy to let them also see this. Again, it's one of those things where the clubs put significant money, they want to keep everything disclosed, they don't want any leaks, things like that. But at the end of the day, you have a right to know, and also you have a right to dictate who else knows, so it's up to you. Yeah, okay, brilliant. So if I could just get you, let me just try and find out one of these bits of paper here. So if I just quickly, brilliant, I'll just pop that down there for you. If you can just quickly sign that, and I'll get it photocopied a little bit later. A pen. There you are. If you just take that. Brilliant. Happy days. Brilliant. I'll pop that over there. Cool. So, that just basically says that you're happy with me to disclose all the information we're going through and send it to your agency. Yep. Brilliant. Cool. So, it's looking like 9 to 10 a.m. for your medical. Brilliant. There's not really much more to go through. It's quite a simple one in this one. The only thing we've got to do is go through the paperwork for both the FA and the Premier League. They have to have specific requirements here. They have to make sure that everyone's signed and is consenting to everything that they expect the player to consent to, both the FA and the Premier League. Yep. Cool. So we'll do that in 2 seconds. The other thing that we need to do is sort out the press release and, like I say, the social media and the photography and everything like that. So medicals between 9 and 10. If we go from 10 a.m. onwards, it is looking more than likely that you will have your photographs taken. So photographs, they'll put you in a shirt, things like that. Obviously, I have to go through this with you to confirm that you're aware of that is exactly what's happening, and they will, they will liaise with whoever it is on their end, whoever that ends up being. Yep. So photographs will do 10 a.m. onwards. That usually takes till about 12 a.m. You might have a 5-10 minute interview, just a load of random, generic questions struck to you. All you've got to say is you've always been a fan of the club. You've had your social media, great, yeah. So, like I say, always been a fan of the club. It's a great opportunity. You're excited for the project. Ten Hag's a new manager. It's nice and exciting. You're really pumped. You're really enthusiastic. All that, yeah. Cool. So that'll be your photographs. I'll put photographs and interview there. Brilliant. Great. And then obviously you will have your press release, whether that's from the club itself, or obviously you'll have to put your own. Well, you don't tend to see it nowadays as often, but players can also put their own posts out. You don't really see it nowadays, but yeah, that can be done. That will have to be done afterwards. You have to go through all the process, and then if you do want to do anything, we can allot time for it. But obviously they need to look through everything that you're going to put, so it's not going to be a case of I've signed for them, they're shit. Do you know what I mean? So it just stops any of that happening. Yeah, so I'll schedule that in for 12:30 then. Great. So 10 till 12 is yeah. So 10 till 12 is the photographs and interviews. 12:30 is personal transfer statement. So I'll make sure that that's put in there. That'll be 12:30 till 1. It'll only be half an hour. Why is this not working? 12:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. There we go. Well, it's 12 p.m, isn't it? Right. 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Great. Whatever. And then from 1 p.m. onwards, you'll more than likely be joining in with the training session that's going on tomorrow morning. Obviously, I highly doubt you'll be at the match on the weekend. Let me just have a quick look. When is it? It's on Monday. I'll tell you what, Monday's not a bad day for it. So they're going to do, I've already had a bit of a schedule from them. They're going to do a bit of light training from about 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock they'll run through a few of the tactics. Same with Saturday morning you'll go in, do a bit of, it's not going to be intense at all. It's game weekend. You need to be ready. You need to be fit. No injuries. It's not going to be too intense. It's not going to be any team versus team sort of training. It's just going to be a case of getting you fit, making sure you're ready. And hey, if you're unveiled by tomorrow, you might start on Monday. I can't envision it myself. Usually give them a good week to settle into the training regimes and the tactics that they want to employ. Again, unless it was dire need, like you were the reserve keeper and all the other keepers are gone and they brought you in literally to play the game, it is more than likely not going to happen. Let me just see if there's anything else I need to go through before we move on to the, all the paperwork. Okay, cool. No, that seems like everything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the rest of this paperwork out. All I need from you is to have a quick read through. I know it happens every time there's a transfer. There's a bit of legal documentation, and that literally describes what. So I've got 2 separate documents here for you. Look, 2 separate, and one of them just describes what the Premier League want. One of them what the FA want. So the FA is all about player conduct. The way you present yourself before a game, after a game, during the game, any time. Now you're at that club. It's all about how you conduct yourself, both social media, family life, any media controversies, things like that. There's things that are set in here as part of a contract to say, look, if this happens, these are the repercussions. But there is a second part to it that says, look, if any of this happens, these are your rights as a player. So it's there to both protect you and protect the club and protect everyone else involved in football in a professional manner. Again, you've probably seen it before, and there has been a few changes over the past couple of years, especially because of the amount of social media out there now. But yeah, the flip side of that is the Premier League side. That's more the, I don't want to say commercial, but quite the commercial side of it. So that's your player rights, your name rights, the club rights that you're playing for. It goes through a list of what they've already pre-agreed that's for every player. So things like being in FIFA, being in Football Manager. I know there was a big controversy with Man United a while ago, so they had to be called Man UFC, something like that in Football Manager, because they didn't agree for their rights to be used in the way that they thought they were being used at the very least. So that all got thrown up in the air. But it's basically saying, like, do you know on FIFA the game? Yeah. So basically you will be in the game. Your rights will be sold in terms of your image rights. I mean, you're not being sold. There's so many legal things wrong with buying and selling of people. It's a bit weird, but you know, there are specific rights that we have to follow, obviously. But in terms of image rights, and you may get sent on days via Man United, where they'll scan your face, they'll do proper running animations, they'll get you running, they'll get you doing things, and that'll all be for, you know, the games and things like that. There'll also be sponsorship things involved. Again, I haven't been sent any of that because, as far as I'm aware at the minute, I'm just dealing with the here and now. That could be weeks, months, minutes down the line, I don't know. Okay, so if you could just sign both of them for me. Yeah, you still got the pen, great. Brilliant, I'll take that one back. That was the FA one. Like I say, they're not too bad. Obviously, you know what's in them. You've signed them before, so I've given you the opportunity to read through them. It's completely your choice. I can give you another couple of minutes if you want to read through them. Like, have it again. Like I said, you've got your legal representatives. They're still sat with the agent, making sure everything's right with that. They will have a look through this. They have to have a look through this, being your legal representatives. But it just speeds up the process if we get you and talk you through it first, so that at least you understand what's going on. Then they can go away and look through everything and make sure it's happy before anything gets sent. Cool. Okay, yeah, I think that pretty much sums everything up. Like I say, as of tomorrow morning, make sure you are in Carrington by 9 o'clock or 8:30 at the most. You know, it's a club that are rooted in tradition and not being late and things like that. Even if it's slipped in recent years, it's still a very, very elite club to go to. You know, I wish I was playing for Man United, but here I am. Hey, I like my job. I can't complain. But yeah, if you have any issues whatsoever, you've got our number, you've got my number, you've got your agent's number, you've got the receptionist number. I'm sure she's probably given you numbers. She gives the numbers to everyone. Yeah, does not surprise me. Anyway, so yeah, I hope, like I say, I hope it all goes absolutely perfectly as we'd all envision. But as we know, if everything in life was perfect, something goes wrong. Everything goes wrong. But like I say, so far, smooth sailing. It was nice to meet you.